All right, welcome back. Let me tell you that you can be a part of everything that we're doing on the show. You can get your views and your thoughts across to us. We've talked already about the Channels National Kids Cup. You can let us know how you feel about what Channels is doing for grassroots football. You can get your views across to us on Facebook, Channels-Sports. That's where to put your comments and your views, your observation. And, of course, on Twitter, if that's what you like, Channels_Sports. That's how you can get your views and your thoughts across to us. We also want to let you know that all our top stories reports can be seen on www.channelstv.com and on youtube.com/channelsweb. You also get better. You can go to m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile devices, talking about your iPad, your iPhone, and your BlackBerry. You can also go to that same link as well. If what you have is your Android, your iOS, and your Windows, you can go to their respective stores to download and view us live so that you can have a feel of everything that we're doing right here at Channels Television. All right, I'm told that our friend from Washington is standing by and ready to go. Hello, Sonny. It feels good to see you today.
Sporty greetings, Yemi. Great to see you and all my friends there. Quick shout out for Austin. I just heard him on the show, and I loved what he said about the Channels Kids Cup tournament, Yemi. How he hopes it'll be sustained success, for future tournaments, that it'll show growth. It's a great line about sustained success. Yeah. I love that.
Okay, let's get into it, Sonny. Let's quickly talk about Copa America, but let's talk about one of yours. Well, also related to us one way, a Liberian doing well, plays in the same club with our own Fernando Adi, and he just had his first international for the United States. Quickly talk to us about him and the impact he might have in the U.S. team.
Yemi, the player in mention is Darlington Nagbe, 25 years old. He's based in the northwestern United States with the Portland Timbers, the Major League Soccer club. And on Wednesday night near Dallas, Texas, he scored his first international goal for the U.S. men's national soccer team. Came late in the match, 90th minute. Game-winning strike. The Americans beat Ecuador 1-0 in a Copa America tune-up match. Big kind of morale-boosting win for the Americans, Yemi, in that they have not done well against South American opponents. In fact, I think this was only their third victory in 21 matches against South American opposition. Ecuador will also be playing at the Copa America. So Klinsmann got a chance to see Darlington Nagbe. He does have ties to Liberia. His father, Joe Nagbe, former captain of Liberia's national football team, the Lone Star. In fact, he played with George Weah, the great Liberian football player, back in the 90s. And now his son is doing well here in the United States. I think we're going to see more of Darlington Nagbe during the Copa, Yemi. I think Klinsmann wants to get a good look at some of these younger players on his squad. In fact, when Nagbe scored that goal late in the match against Ecuador, he also had on the field at that time Christian Pulisic, the youngest member of the U.S. Copa America team, 17 years old.
Okay. Before we leave football, a quick one, Sonny. Talk about Jürgen Klinsmann. He says his target is the top 4. I don't know if that's acceptable to soccer fans in the United States.
A top 4 performance at the Copa, I think that would be above expectations, Yemi. I mean, I know the U.S. is the host team for Copa, but, they're going up against some very strong opposition. Argentina, Brazil in the tournament. Colombia, their opening match. Colombia, a quarterfinalist at the 2014 World Cup. So they're going to have their work cut out for them to break into the top 4. That said, they will have the home field advantage, and hopefully crowds will be on the side of the U.S. team. during the tournament.
Okay, let's go to basketball now. It's not going according to script for the Golden State Warriors. It's not going according to your prediction as well. You were bold, told us they were going to go all the way, past their conference and go to the final. So what's happening to Golden State Warriors?
Yeah, Yemi, I really thought Golden State was headed for a rematch against the Cleveland Cavaliers of last year's NBA Finals. They have run into a buzzsaw in the Oklahoma City Thunder. They seem like they've figured out Golden State defensively. In fact, the Golden State coach, Steve Kerr, he describes Oklahoma City as the longest team in the league in terms of, being able to put your arms up and block shots. And defensively, they've been really posing a lot of problems for Golden State shooters. In particular, Steph Curry, arguably the best shooter in the NBA. He's coming off a terrible performance in the last game. He missed a lot of shots, so they're going to need a good performance from him later Thursday night in order just to stay alive. I don't think they can win 3 in a row against Oklahoma City the way Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook are playing right now. In the Eastern Conference, LeBron James and the Cavaliers are up 3-2 over Toronto, and I do see the Cavaliers advancing in that series. But, yeah, Golden State, in some ways, maybe they put too many eggs in the basket in going after that record in the regular season. They won 73 games, but maybe it took something out of them come into the playoffs. I mean, Curry had a couple injuries when the playoffs started, and they have not been the same team, Yemi.
Okay. Will your prediction change now, Sonny? Are you still going for Cleveland Cavaliers and Golden State Warriors? Or you like to change it now with what is happening to
I would like to officially change it, Yemi.
Okay.
I'm going to go, at this point, I'm going to go with Oklahoma City.
Okay.
I think their lead is too big at this point, 3-1. The number of teams that have come back from that deficit and advanced in the playoffs, the NBA playoffs, it's very few. It's a very low percentage of teams that have done that. And I like Oklahoma City going up against Cleveland now in the NBA Finals. So that's my new prediction.
Okay, let me bring you into this. You talked earlier about the Channels National Kids Cup. I even want to thank you for your comments on what Channels is doing. But I'd like to ask you the impact of grassroots tournaments like the Channels National Kids Cup, the impact it has on youth development.
I think tournaments like that, Yemi, are exactly what Austin has said. They plant the seed for future growth, not just in Nigeria, but also in the United States and other countries that try to really encourage their youth football players for bigger and better things. That's where they get their start often, and yeah, it's the building blocks for the national programs, 15, 20 years from now. So I see tournaments like that as crucial to long-term development of any country's football program.
Yeah. Well, let me also ask you this. You saw the pictures, you saw the kids having fun, playing football, and what do you think? Just looking at the pictures, they say pictures don't lie, but what do you think, looking at those kids running around, having fun, the impact of such on their development?
I think it's great for their development, Yemi. Clearly they're enjoying it, having a great time in organized fashion. I think it's instrumental in their growth onto bigger stages of their careers, and so I salute Channels for their support of this tournament, and I think it's a great initiative. And, maybe we'll see some future Super Eagles and Super Falcons down the road.
I hope so, Sonny. Sonny, I want to thank you for your time. It's been nice hearing your voice. We hope to do this again next week. Hopefully by then, we'll know the teams that will be in the NBA Finals.
Thank you, Yemi. Always great to be on Sports Tonight, and a very good evening to all the many Sports Tonight viewers all across Nigeria.
All right, thank you. That was a friend from Washington, Sonny Young, of the Voice of America. All right, we've made a switch. Femi Adefeso has joined me now, and we'll be taking a look at basketball. Femi, let me quickly welcome you to the show. You listened to Sonny. There are one or two things he said that you probably want to react to with what has gone down in both conferences, talking about the NBA now. Which teams do you think will get the job done?
Thank you, Yemi. I think Oklahoma City Thunder really have what it takes to get to the next round, and the advantage they have 3 games to 1 is almost unassailable. They now need to lose 3 straight games.
Yeah.
To
for
ensure
Golden
that
State
they
to
don't
get to
make it to that level. And I think it's going to be difficult for them to lose all those 3. At least they will win 1 of those 3 games, and winning 1 is what they need to get to the next round. I think Golden State Warriors. Most people are not saying it. They're saying Steph Curry is not actually playing well. I think the Draymond Green factor is playing a bit. He's not been playing well, and I know the kind of influence he has in terms of leadership, and also what he plays in the role, the toughness he brings into that Golden State team. I think he's missing a bit, and if he doesn't get his act together, that's the end. But Oklahoma City Thunder look good. I think they'll get there, and LeBron James and company, I think they're up for it as well.
Let's quickly talk domestic basketball. Let's talk about Lagos Youth Alive Basketball League. You've been following it, keeping tabs on it. What's been happening recently?
Yeah, I like this, and I like the fact that we're talking about children. This is the basketball,
the equivalent
of the Channels Kids Cup, because this runs across 3 different age grades: the under-19s, the under-16s, and under-12s. So you can see this is even going beyond even one
children at a raw stage,
yeah. And the girls too are also involved. At this is a competition that has run for over 3 months, and the playoff season is now on. It started today right at Roe Park, where you can see the games on at the moment. And a lot of these kids, some of them have even traveled, to abroad, getting scholarships to schools, even in Nigeria, private schools as well. And one of the big names we talk about, these days that is breaking the internet, Charles Bassey. Is an export of, or should I say, the product, a big ambassador, of this league. Is the next big thing over the internet, blowing the charts everywhere. Okay. But right now, the playoffs is on, and by Democracy Day on Sunday, it will end. So from tomorrow, till Saturdays down to Sunday, there will be games, at Roe Park across all the age, levels. So a quick fix of some of the teams, that are playing. We have Deep Bond, we have Raptors Academy, we have even teams from Ekiti as well. We have the Ekiti Rockets, the Possibility Academy, also coming down to also have a feel of this.
What's going down.
So it's all about developing basketball, and I like the fact that a group of people are being able to come together to also set up a legacy. And I hope, just like the Channels Kids Cup, this grows to become a national event that everybody is a part of. I'm happy that the Lagos State Sports Commission is a part of it, and the Nigerian Basketball Federation as well is also looking into this as well and supporting them. So I think the sky is just the beginning for all these young lads who are here playing this game.
All right, Femi, let's step up and talk about the big boys. Let's talk about the DSTV Premier Basketball League. What's going to go down in the 2 conferences this weekend? Let's quickly talk about that one.
Yes, we're gradually getting to the stage where we go to the conference playoffs. Remember last year there was a new innovation of the Conference 6 before the national Final 8. So it's going to be the same of the same. But remember this year we have just 5 teams in Atlantic Conference, so it will take all the 5 teams, and then 4 will just advance to the national finals in the end. But the Savannah Conference will retain the same format because 8 teams are there. But this weekend we'll be seeing games. Kwara Falcons, who are missing their coach Adeomi Aderemi, who is with the women's national team, they'll be hosting Royal Loopers. Yes, and we have Customs also taking on Delta Force. Kwara Falcons have really taken the spotlight this season. Looking at the fact that all our teams haven't come close, and probably they're also lynching on the missing spectacle of Lagos Islanders and Jordan Warriors, and Union Bank. But I'm glad that a team like this who are rebuilding, can spark up like this. I just hope Coach Adeomi Aderemi's absence, doesn't affect the team chemistry, because he's been able to do a very, very good job, with this team. And Customs too are a team on the rebound as well. I think Mohamed Abag, they call him Jagu, he's the coach of that side. He's putting something together, and in this later part of the season they've been doing so well, talking about the Customs team, and they're looking like one of the teams to actually look forward to, come the main playoffs, time. In the Savannah Conference too, there will only be 2 games this weekend. Plateau Peaks will take on Kano Pillars. That's the fixture on your screen. We have
the ones you talked about earlier?
Yes, against Royal Hoppers, and Customs against Delta Force. And the Savannah Conference is Plateau Peaks against Kano Pillars. Kano Pillars, for the first time in a long time, they lost a regular season game, and it was Gombe Bulls that beat them. Remember, Gombe Bulls